Hello students, welcome back. I have already explained you the concepts which is required to solve the questions of exercise 1.4. So here in this video now I am going to start exercise 1.4 of chapter 1 set. So let's start. So question number 1 says find the union of each of the following pair of sets. So two sets are given in each of the following uh, two sets are given in each of the following parts and we have to find its union. See, union, I have explained you, this is a symbol of union, and union means every element. Every element of both the sets, of all the sets, whichever sets we are taking. So let's start now. First one. So two sets are given to us. So first is x is equals to 1, 3, 5 and y is the other set which is equals to 1, 2, 3. So we have to write x union y. So this is the symbol of union. So x union y means everything, like every element of both we have to consider. So 1 is there in both. So we will not be writing it two times. One time we have to write. Then 3, 5. I have written the elements of set x. Now in y 1 is there, so I don't have to write it again. Then 2 will write. Then 3 is there, 3 also, no need of writing again. So x union y is 1, 3, 5, 2. So all the elements I have considered here. Now second part, A union B we have to find. So union B, this is for second part I am doing, A union B. So we have to understand one thing here, whenever we are applying any operation, the result also we are getting in the form of set. Okay, so this is very important thing. Like if you are finding x union y or x intersection y, the resultant thing will also be in the form of set only. Now for the second part, A is AE. So first of all, let's write all the elements of set A. So A, E, I, O, U. Now let's write the elements of B, because both we have to write as we are doing union. So B's first element is A. A we have already written, so no need of writing it again. Then B is there, B we can write. Then C also we can write. So A union B is A, E, I, O, U, B, C. Now let's do third part. Again A and B two sets are there. So A union B we have to find. So first of all, it's always better to write all the elements of set A. So it's given to us in the form of set builder form. So x, A is equals to x such that x is a natural number and a multiple of 3. X is a natural number and multiple of 3. So if you want, you can write in the same form. X is a natural number and multiple of 3. And multiple of 3. Okay, so because we have to write elements of A, and we can see if you want to write A, it will have infinite elements. So natural number and multiple of 3 can be infinite. So I'll just give an example. Because 3 is a multiple of 3, then 6 is a multiple of 3, then 9 is a multiple, like this. This itself is a infinite set. So we will be just write it in set builder form. So I am writing A union B. So in A union B, it's always better to first of all write the elements of A. Now B we will write x is a natural number less than 6. X is a natural number less than 6. So you can write here or. I have explained you in the previous video also, union means or. So as we are writing here elements, so and elements are infinite. So A's elements I have written. Now I have to write the elements of B. So that's why I am writing here or. A natural number less than 6. So natural number less than 6 which all are natural numbers less than 6. I'll just write here 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. But I don't have to repeat the element. So I can write 1, 2, 3, no need, because 3 I have already covered in set A. 3 is a natural number and a multiple of 3, so no need of writing it again. And 4 and 5 we can write. So this is how we can write A union B for this one. This is little different from the previous ones. So I'll just tell you one thing. First of all, write the elements of A. If it is infinite set, write the set in set builder form itself, then write OR and write the elements of set B. If this is also infinite, write the elements again in the set builder form. Now let's do fourth part. A union B we have to find. First of all, let's write the elements of set A. So x is a natural number and x is greater than 1. So that means 1 we don't have to include. So all the natural numbers, let's write greater than 1. So 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. 6 we have to include because it's x is less than equals to 6. So equals to is there. So that's why 6 we'll consider. So A's elements I have written. A's elements are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as per the given information in set builder form. And what is the set B? B is a natural number. In B, x is a natural number such that x is greater than 6. So greater than 6 I have to write. Greater than 6 is 7, 8, 9. See, x is less than 10. So less than 10 means we don't have to include 10. So A union B, in this case it is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. See, we have to consider all the elements of A and all the elements of B. Now last part, which is fifth part of this one. So fifth part is A is given to us set 1, 2, 3 and B is equals to 5. See, we have done one property. We have done one property that A union 5 is equals to A. So that means if we are doing here A union B, this is it, because B is 5 means empty set. That means A will be the answer. That means the answer is 1, 2, 3. So A union empty set is always A. This we have learnt in the property. So here we have completed first question of exercise 1.4. Let's do next question. Question number 2. So let A is equals to AB. So A is given to us and set B is also given to us. I'll just rewrite. A is equals to AB and B is equals to ABC. So the question is A a subset of B? So I hope you have you remember the meaning of subset. So subset means, suppose this is some universal set. With the help of Venn diagram I'll explain. So here suppose I have bigger set B. This is U. This is B. And suppose here I have another set. This is set A. So what is A? A is AB. So here I am writing AB. And what is B? B is ABC. Suppose C is somewhere here. So now if you see this Venn diagram, so this I'll just write A outside for a better clarity. See, suppose this is set A and its elements are AB. This is set A. So some universal set is there. Inside that set we have some one set B. B's elements are A, B, C. I have marked here. Then like if I just remove this one, you can see like this. So B has A, B, C. Now this AB is another set A. So the question is, now this is the Venn diagram I have drawn. Now the question says, is A is a subset of B? Yes. Why is a subset? Because all the elements of A are also the elements of B as per the definition. So A is an element of B is also an element of A, but both of these are also an element of B also, which implies A is a subset of B. And if you want to look it with the help of Venn diagram, so here also you can see A is completely inside B, so which means A is a subset of B. Now the question is, what is A union B? So let's find A union B. So A union B means all the elements of A as well as B. So A's elements I'll write first. So AB is covered. Then in B I don't have to write AB again because I have already written. So last element of B is C. That's also I'm writing. So A union B is equals to ABC, but if you see ABC is equals to what? This is set B. So here very important thing, if any set is a subset of another set, like here in this question A is a subset of B. In this case, if you are doing union, so A union B if you are doing, then its answer will always be a superset. Superset means a bigger set. So I have already discussed all these things. A is a subset of B and B is a superset, because the bigger one, in case of union, the bigger one will be always the answer. So here union is this, everything. Like this you can understand also. So bigger set, which is superset, will be the answer of A union B. Now question number third. See, question number third is actually related to question number two. What note I told you, same thing. If A and B are two sets such that A is a subset of B, then what is A union B? So we have discussed just now, then A union B is equals to B, superset. B is superset of A and this is subset. So with Venn diagram also, once again I'll just, if this is a universal set, this is set B and this is B, this is A, so its union will be B only, everything. Now let's do next question. In next question, four sets are given to us: set A, set B, set C and set D. We have to find these things. First of all, we have to find A union B. So let's do very easy. All the elements you have to write. You don't have to write you don't have to repeat the elements. So A union B. So A's elements are 1, 2, 3, 4. First of all, always write the elements of A. I have written. Then B's elements other than these elements. So B has 3, 4. 3, 4 I have already written, and remaining two elements are 5, 6. So A union B means all the elements of A as well as B, but we don't have to repeat the elements. Like here 3 and 4, both the elements are there in A and B also, so only one time we have to write. Now second one is A union C. A union C, again we have to write all the elements of A as well as C. So first of all, let's write all the elements of A. A is 1, 2, 3, 4. C 5, 6, 7, 8. See, A and C does not have any common or same element, so all the elements will come. So here I'll be writing 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is A union C. Now third is B union C. B union C we have to find. So first of all, first set's elements I am writing, which is B set. So 3, 4, 5, 6. Now C. See, 5, 6 is there in C also, but 5, 6 I have already written, so I'll not write it again. So I'll write this remaining elements 7, 8. So B union C is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now fourth part is B union D. B union D. So again, first of all, let's write B's elements 3, 4, 5, 6. Now let's see set D. See, set D and B. Nothing is common, so I'll write the remaining elements 7, 8, 9, 10, like all the elements of set D. So B union D is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fifth part is A union B union C. So three sets union now we have to write. This is also very interesting. So first of all, let's write all the elements of A. So all the elements of A I am writing, or better, first of all we'll do A union B. It's whatever we are getting answer, its union we will do with C. So I am writing A union B first. I'll just write A union B in bracket so that it will be easy for you to write. So in A union B, A's elements I am writing 1, 2, 3, 4 because I am writing A union B. So B is elements 3, 4 we have already written, remaining 5, 6. Its union we have to do with C. So what are C's elements? 5, 6, 7, 8. So what will be the answer now? All the elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See 5, 6 here also are there. So we don't have to rewrite them. 7, 8. So A union B union C is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now let's do the next one. A union B union D. A union B union D. Same way we'll do. First of all, let's find A union B. See A union B in previous part also we have found. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In first part itself we have done. So it's a union with set D we have to do. So what is set D? 7, 8, 9, 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. So all elements will write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So all the elements I have written here, no elements are getting repeated. So that's why all the elements I have written. This was sixth part. Now seventh is B union C union D. B union C union D. So here also let's find B union D first and then its union with D. Okay, so D's value we already know. D is 7, 8, 9, 10. And B union C we have found in third part. See, this is B union. The same value I'll write here 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is now all the elements I have to write. First set I'll write 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See first set, so all elements you write whenever you are writing union. When you are writing second set, just see the elements which are getting repeated, don't write them. So here 7, 8 are getting repeated. So no need of writing. 9 and 10 we can write. So with this we have completed all the parts of this question. Question number 4. Now we have to do the same question. Fifth question I'm going to do. In fifth question, the question says find the intersection of each pair of sets of question above. So in previous question we found union. Here we have to find intersection. So set A is 1, 2, 3, 4. Set B is 3, 4, 5, 6. C is 5, 6, 7, 8. And D is, I'll just check, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9, 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. So first one we have to find in this one A union B. So we'll find now A intersection B we'll find. So when we are doing intersection, only common. So if you remember Venn diagram, so if this is Venn diagram, so here you can see if this is a universal set, these are two sets. So this is the meaning of A intersection B. That means only the common, no extra, only common elements we have to write. So what are the common elements of A and B? So 3 and 4. See, in A also we have 3 and 4. In B also we have 3 and 4. So A intersection B is 3 and 4. Next one we have to do A intersection C, because here in this question we had A union C. So here we have to do now A intersection C. A intersection C we have to do. So we have to just locate the common thing in A and in C. So let's see. A is 1, 2, 3, 4. C is 5, 6, 7, 8. So here we can see there is nothing common. So which means it is empty set. So A intersection C is empty set. 5 you can write like this, or you can also write curly braces, only empty curly braces. So let's do third part. Third part here, it is B union C, that means B intersection C we have to find. Let's see B and C and locate their, find their common element. So 5, 6 is present in both. See, B is 3, 4, 5, 6, C is 5, 6, 7, 8. So 5 and 6 they are present in both. So that means their intersection is 5, 6. Fourth part, B intersection D. B intersection D. B is elements 3, 4, 5, 6. D is element 7, 8, 9, 10. So nothing is common. So that means it is also an empty set. Then A intersection B intersection C. Fifth part, A intersection B intersection C. Earlier we did union, now intersection we have to do. So same way we'll do like this, write it in bracket and do its intersection with the third set. So A intersection B we already found in first part. I'll just rewrite it. It is 3, 4 and its intersection with C we have to do. Set C is 5, 6, 7, 8. So whatever is common that we will write here. We can see nothing is common, nothing is there which is there in both the sets. So this is also equals to empty set. Now let's see sixth part what we have to find. We have done A intersection B intersection C. Now sixth part, A intersection B intersection D. A intersection B intersection D. So you can also do like this. Here also with B intersection D also you can do, no issues. So A intersection B, again I am writing in bracket and it's in intersection with set D. So A intersection B we have already found in part 1, which is 3, 4. Its intersection with set D. Set is D is 7, 8, 9, 10. Here also you can see nothing is common, that means this is also equals to empty set. Now next part, which is seventh part, B intersection C intersection D. So this is B intersection C intersection D. Here B intersection C I am writing in brackets, so you can do C intersection D also. Anything you will be getting same answer. So I am doing this way. B intersection C we have done in third part, so I am writing its answer directly here. You can see B intersection C I have done. Its answer is 5, 6. Its intersection with set D. Set D is 7, 8, 9, 10. Here also we can see nothing is common in both the sets. So that means its intersection is also equals to 5. So here we have completed fifth question of this exercise. Let's move towards the next question. Now question number 6 is very much similar to the previous two questions. Again, A, B, C and D sets are given to us. We have to find the resultant sets accordingly. So first one is A intersection B. A intersection B. Intersection means only the elements which are present in both, like the common elements. So A is 3, 5, 7, 9, 11 and then set B is 7, 9, 11, 13. So 7, 9, 11 is present in both, in B also and in A also. So that means A intersection B is 7, 9, 11. Second part is B intersection C. B intersection C. So the common elements I have to see. B is 7, 9, 11, 13. So C is 11, 13, 15. So 11 and 13 present in B as well as in C. So its intersection is 11, 13. So 11 and 13. 11 and 13, both of these elements are present in B as well as in C. So that's why B intersection C is this. Now next third part. Third part is A intersection C intersection D. So like this we can do. First of all, let's find A intersection C. So A intersection C, the same elements, common elements we have to see. So 3 is not there in C, 5 is also not there in C, 7 is also not there in C, 9 is also not there in C, but 11 is there. 11 is present in A as well as in C. That means A intersection C is equals to 11. Its intersection with D we have to do. D is 15, comma 17. Nothing is common. That means its answer is empty set 5. Fourth part. Fourth part is A intersection C. See, A intersection C we found in the previous part itself. So A intersection C like here. So its answer is 11. So I am writing directly here 11. Fifth part is B intersection D. Common elements of B and D we have to see. See, B's elements 7, 9, 11, 13. 7 is not there in D. 9 is also not there in D. 11 is also not there in D. 13 is also not there. So, no same element. It is empty set. B intersection D. Now, fifth we have done. Sixth one. Sixth is A intersection B union C. So bracket 1 will first of all will solve. So I'll just write it in set form. A is 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. So this is A. Its intersection we have to do with B union C. B union C, let's write. So all the elements I have to write. First of all, let's write elements of B 7, 9, 11, 13. Now let's write the elements of C because we are doing B union C. So all the elements I should write. So C has 11 and 13. Both of the elements I have written. 15 I should write. Now their intersection we have to do. So intersection means common. 3 is not there, 5 is not there, 7 is there in both. I can write. 9 is also there in both the sets I can write. Then 11 is also there in both the elements. See, 7, 9 and 11. So that means its intersections answer is this one. So sixth part we have done. Now let's do seventh part. Seventh part is A intersection D. A intersection D. So common elements of A and D. So A is 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. D is 15 and 17. So no common elements. So A intersection D is empty set. Now eighth part is A intersection B union D. A intersection B union D. So A intersection B union D we have to do. I'll just write their values. A's value is 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. Let's double check 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. So I've written its intersection I have to do with B union D. So B union D means all the elements of B as well as D. So B union D from here if you see it will be 7, 9, 11, 13, 7, 9, 11, 13. All the elements of B I have written and because I am finding B union D. So D's elements also have to write 15 and 17. So no same elements, that means both I have to write 15 and 17. So here I am writing 15 and 17. Now its intersection we have to find. See, intersection means the common ones. So 3, 5 is not present, then 7 is there, 9 is there, and 11 is there. So answer is 7, 9, and 11. So A intersection B union D we have done. Eighth part. Now ninth part we have to do. I'll just do here. Okay, let's do ninth one. See, ninth one is A intersection B. So this is A intersection B. Then again its intersection with B union C. Okay, first of all, let's write A intersection B. A intersection B means only the common elements. In first part also we did this one. So A intersection B is 7, 9 and 11. So again its intersection we have to do with B union C. So B union C is 7, 9, 11, 13. So 11, 13 I don't have to write. I'll just write 15 now. Okay, so now their intersection we have to do. So like you can see 7, 9, 11 present in both. So their intersection is 7, 9, 11. So you can also do these questions along with me. Now you can see here the questions are very easy. If you do along with me, you will have a better understanding. So we have already completed 9 parts. Let's do the 10th one, which is A union D. So I am just writing A union D. Directly I'm writing A's elements. First of all, I'm writing 3, 5, 7, 9, 11 because I'm finding A union D. D is 15 and 17. So this is A union D. In 7th part also we have done. So you can see from there, and its intersection we have to do with B union C. So B union C also we have done earlier in 2nd part, 7, 9, 11, 13 and 15. Now its intersection means only common elements. Common element starts from 7, 9, 11. 7, 9, 11. So A union D, 7, 9, 11 is there. Let's write. Only common we have to write. Then 13 is not there, 15 is there. So this is the answer of the 10th part. With this we have completed 6th question. I hope you have understood the meaning of union and intersection now. See, if you are able to understand, or if you have any doubts also, please comment me in the comment section so that I can help you. Now let's do the next question, which is question number 7. So set A is there. See, all the 3 sets are given to us in set builder form. So if possible, we can write it in like roster form. If not possible, like this we have done in first question also, I have explained you. Like first one, let's do, we have to find A intersection B. So x is a natural number. See, x is a natural number. So if you want to write also, it will be 1, 2, 3 up to so on. And set B is, so this I have only written as A. So set B is x such that x is an even natural number. So even natural number 2, 4, 6 up to so on. Then set C is there. C is an odd natural number. Odd natural number is what? 1, 3, 5. So all the odd numbers. This is set D and set D. See, in set builder form, the sets are given to us. I am just writing the given sets in roster form or tabular form. So D is a prime number. So prime numbers we can write 2, 3, 5, 7 and so on, like this. So all the elements we can't write because all the 4 given sets, these are the examples of infinite sets. So all the elements we can't count and it's not possible to write. So let's do first one. First is A intersection B. Only their common elements we have to write, A and B's. So whichever common elements you can see, we can write. So A and B. A is 2 is common, and then 3 is there in A, but it's not there in. Then 4 will also be there if you write. So 2, 4 up to so on you can write. Or the other way, if you want to write, like I have told you, only the common things you have to write. So common things will be what? Here if you just have to understand one thing. With Venn diagram I'll just explain you. See, this is some universal set. Universal set, let's consider of real numbers. So this is equals to U. So A is a set of natural numbers. So A is a set of natural numbers. B is a set of even natural numbers. See, even natural numbers again will come inside. C again will come. Okay, I'll just do it differently. Suppose this is set of natural numbers. So B is a set of, A is a set of natural numbers. This is A. This is B. B is a set of even natural numbers, and C is a set of odd natural numbers, and then prime numbers, like this. So this is a set. D. Okay, so if you understand one thing from here, all B, C, and D, they are subsets of A. This thing will help you to answer this question because especially in case of intersection and union, we have done one property. If any set A, if any set A is a subset of B, then its union A union B will be equals to what? B. And A intersection B, it will be equals to what? A. Union will be equals to superset, intersection will be equals to subset. You just remember this concept, very important thing, and it will help you to solve the questions like this. So here A is a set of natural numbers and all three B, C and D, they are the subsets. They are the subsets of set A. Okay, let's do this question now. So I've explained you if intersection we have to do of this type of thing, then intersection's answer will be the subset itself. If we have to do union, union's answer will be superset itself. Okay, so let's do this thing now. Since set builder form also we can write, no issues with that. So let's write this. I'll just write it so that it will be easy for you to understand. So first one is what? A intersection B. I have explained you B is a subset of A. B is a subset of A, and when we are doing intersection, so intersection's answer will be what? It will always be a subset. So its answer will be X such that X is an even natural number. X is an even natural number. Okay, if you want, you can write like this also. It will not make any difference. So second one, because the question is given to us in set builder form, so that's why I wrote, but you can also write in roster form. Why this B is the answer? Because B is the subset of A. And if we are doing intersection, so subset will always be the answer. Now A intersection C. A intersection C, we know this thing. C is also a subset of A. So I have explained you C, B, C and D, all these three are subsets of A. So that means again which thing will be the answer? C will be the answer. So what will be the answer of A intersection C? It will be C itself, which is equals to X is an odd natural number. X is an odd natural number. Then third one, A intersection D. A intersection D, its answer again it will be set D itself. You can write D. Why D? Because D is also subset of A. Here also you can write this answer was B only, this answer was C only. So you can write in the same form given to us. Now, so first three we have done. Now fourth part, B intersection C. B intersection C, if you want, you can understand from here. B intersection C. So B has all the even numbers and C has all the odd numbers. So nothing is common here. So which means the answer is empty set. Now B intersection D. B and C, because I have written in roster form also. If you see set B and set D, the only common element is 2, because 2 is even number also and 2 is a prime number also. So and I have written this way, you can see 2 is present in B as well as in D. Now sixth part and the last part, C intersection D. If you see C and D, 1, 3, 5, all odd numbers are there. So here we have some prime. See, prime numbers other than 2 are all odd numbers only. So all the numbers like 3, 5, 7, like this. So all the prime numbers will be the answer. So also you can from here, because this one is a set of odd numbers. So odd numbers and this is set of prime numbers. So mostly odd numbers are only prime numbers. So all the common elements you can write in this set. C intersection D. So with this we have completed question number 7 also. Let's do question number 8 now. So which of the following pair of sets are disjoint? Now what is the meaning of disjoints? See, first of all, we'll understand the meaning of disjoint. See, disjoint means any times whenever you get your answer of intersection equals to empty set, that means these two sets are disjoint sets. So that means when two sets, they don't have any same element. Like example, I'll give you, if A is 1, 2 and B is 3, 4. And if I have to find their intersection, A intersection B, its answer will be empty set. So here I can say A and B are disjoint sets. So in very easy words you can remember, when A intersection B is equals to 5, that means A and B are disjoint sets. So now let's do questions number 8, which is based on this concept. Okay, so for this, both the elements, it should be visible, clearly visible. So first set's elements are 1, 2, 3, 4. If I write the elements of second set, so this is x is a natural number such that x is greater than equals to 4. So 4 we have to include, 5 also we have to include, and 6 also we have to include. So such that x is greater than equals to 4 and less than equals to 6. So now let's find their intersection. Let's say this is set A and this is set B. If I am finding their intersection, what will be the answer? A intersection B. We just have to see if anything common is there, and here we can see 4 is present in both the sets and which is not equals to empty set. So that means first one, in part first, the pair of sets are not disjoint. So this is not disjoint. Let's find in second one. So let's find again intersection of both the sets. If you find intersection of both the sets, so A is there in first one, here it's not there. E is there in second, first also and second set also. So that means if you find their intersection, so their intersection's answer is E, which is also not equals to 5. That means second part is also not an example of disjoint sets. So third part says, let's say I'll just consider x is an even integer. Even integer means 0 plus minus 2 plus minus 4 plus minus 6 and so on. Again B, x is an odd integer, 0 plus minus 1 plus minus 3 plus minus 5 and so on. Integers because they haven't mentioned positive or negative, so both I am considering. Here also if you see the sets, if you find A intersection B, its answer will be 0, which is also not equals to 5. That means here also in part third also both the sets are not disjoint. See, when I am writing the set of even integers, there also I have to consider 0. When I am writing the set of odd integers, there also I have to write an element 0. So because of that, these two which you you feel that even and odd both are different, but because of the presence of this element 0 in both of the sets, these two sets are also not disjoint sets. Let's do question number 9th. So in question number 9th, we have to use the concept of difference of two sets. So this also I have explained you. So A minus B means what? A but not B. So all the elements of A we have to write, but these elements should not be the elements of B as well. So three sets are given to us, A, B and C. So A's I can write 3 because 3 is not there in B. Then 6 I can write because 6 is not there in B. Then 9 I can write because 9 is not there in B. 12 I can't write because this 12 is there in B. A minus B, A means A but not B. So 12 we cannot consider. Then 15 we can write because 15 is not present in set B. 18 also we can write because 18 is also not present. Then 21 also we can write. So all the elements of A other than the elements of B, only from the set A. Now next is A minus C. A minus C means A but not C. So again we'll just compare the elements. So 3 is not present in C, we can write. Then 6 is present in C, we can't write. Then 9 9 is not there, so 9 we can write. 12 is there in C, you can see here, so 12 we cannot write. Again 15 is not there, 15 we can write. 18 also we can write, and 21 also we can write. So all the elements of A only we should write, but from elements of A we have to see those elements should not be the elements of set C or set B in this case. Now A minus D we have to write. So again A's and D's we have to compare. So 3 we can write, 3 is not there in D. 6 is also not there in D, we can write. 9 is also not there. 12 is also not there. 15 is there in D, so 15 we cannot write. 18 and 21 also not there in D, so we can write. B minus A. Now B's elements we have to write, but we have to see these elements should not be the elements of A. So B 4. 4 is not there in A, I am writing. 8 is not there, so I am writing. 12 is there in A also, so we cannot write. 16 is not there, and 20 is also not there, so we can write. So B minus A I have done. Then C minus A. C minus A. So C is elements I am seeing. 2 we can write, 2 is not there in A. 4 also we can write. 6 is there in A, we cannot write. 8 is not there. Then 10 is not there. 12 is there. 14 is not there, and 16 is not there. So all the elements which are not there in A, those elements I have written. Then D minus A. D minus A. So 5 is not there in A, 10 is also not there, 15 is there, and 20 is not there, so we can write. We have done D minus A. So 6 parts we have done. Let's do the remaining remaining parts. B minus C. So B's elements I have to see. 4 is there in C, 4 we cannot write. 8 is also there, 8 also we can't write. 12 is also there, 12 we cannot write. Then only 20. So only B's elements, first set's elements you have to see. In this set, you don't have to consider those elements which are present in second set as well. So only 20, B minus C. Now B minus D. So B's elements I have to see, and D with D we have to compare. 4 we can write, 8 we can write, 12 also we can write, 16 also we can write, 20 we cannot write because 20 is present in D also. Then B minus D we have done. Next part is C minus B. So C's we have to see. 2 is there, but 2 is not there in B, we can write. 4 is there in B, we cannot write. Then 6 is not there in 8 is there, 8 we cannot write. 10 is not there. Then 12 is there. Then 14 is not there, but 16 is there in B also, so we cannot write that. Then C minus B have done. Then D minus B. So D's elements, first set's elements we have to see. 5 is not there in B, we can write. 10 is also not there. 15 is also not there, but 20 is there. So 20 we cannot write then. C minus D. C minus D. 2 is not there. 4 is also not there. 6 is also not there. 8 is not there. 10 is there. 10 we cannot write. 12 is not there. Then 14 is not there, and 16 is not there. Then 16 we can write. Then last part we have to do D minus C. So D's elements we have to write. 5 we can write, then 10 we cannot write, 15 we can write, and 20 we can write. So with this we have completed all the parts of question 9. Now let's move towards the 10th question. See, 10th question is again very much similar to the previous ones. So first one is x minus y. X minus y means we have to see the elements of x. So x elements I am seeing, those elements I have to write which are not there in y. So A is not there, B is there, B we cannot write, C is not there, and D is there, so D we cannot write. Now y minus x. So y's elements I have to see. F is not there in x, F we can write. B is there in x, B we cannot write. D is also there. Then G is not there, G we can write. Now x intersection y. See, X intersection means only the common elements. Common means both the elements which are present in both the sets X and Y. So the elements which are present in both X as well as in Y are B and D. So intersection of X and Y is equals to B and D. So with this we have completed 10th question also. Let's do the next question. Next question is 11th question. If R is a set of real numbers and Q is a set of rational numbers, then what is R minus Q? See, R is what? Set of real numbers, and Q is the set of rational numbers. See, real numbers, it's actually divided into rational numbers and irrational numbers. So that means what will be R minus Q? What will be R minus Q? It will be set of irrational numbers. Because R minus Q means from R I have to consider all the elements which are not the elements of Q. So that will be only irrational numbers. So with this we have completed question number 11th also. Let's do the last question of this exercise, which is question number 12th, and this question is true or false. We just have to just mention whether the given statement is true or false. So first one, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 3, 6 are disjoint sets. So for disjoint I have just told you very easy thing to figure out. You just find the intersection of the given set. So if you find intersection of these two sets, you will get 3. So because 3 is present in both. If 3 is present in both, that means intersection is not equals to 5. See, two sets will be disjoint only if their intersection is equals to empty set. So that means this one is false. Now next one, this one are disjoint set. So let's again find their intersection. For second one, I'll just find intersection. So A is there in both, E is not there in both, I is not there, O is not there. So again, I found their intersection. So intersection again, it's not equals to 5. That means again, this is not an example of disjoint. This is also false. For disjoint, the answer should be equals to empty set if you are finding intersection. So again, let's find the intersection of the sets given to us in part 3. So intersection, when I'm finding, 2 is not there in both, 6 is also not there, 10 is also not there, 14 is also not there. So empty set I'm getting. So 5 I'm getting, which means the two given sets, they are disjoint sets. So this one is true. Next one, 2, 6, 10 and 3, 7, 11. Their intersection if I am finding, so intersection again this will be equals to 5 because no common elements. 2 is not there in both, 6 is also not there in both, and 10 is also not there. Same way, if we see the other three elements, so common elements are not there. If common elements are not there, their intersection will be equals to 5. If intersection is 5, that means the given sets are disjoint sets. So with this we have completed all the 12 questions of this exercise, and our exercise 1.4 is completed now. In the next video, I'll explain the concept of exercise 1.5, in which we will discuss about the complement of the given sets, and then we will solve the exercise. I hope you like the videos and you are able to understand the concept. Thank you so much for watching the videos. I hope to see you in the next one.